them to business your way. Today, one thing I really encourage people to do to draw clients in and give them really good content is to create a sales funnel. And you've probably heard the term a lot, but it can be really, really confusing. So today I have Michelle Coe, branding expert and web designer with me, and we're going to chat a little bit about, I mean, you could do seminars on this for weeks and weeks and weeks, and so we're going to, in 10 minutes or so, we're going to try to hit some high points to help you create one yourself. And again, can you create a sales funnel? Yes. Should you create a sales funnel by yourself? Well, they'll come to their conclusion at the end of our talk. How's that?
Yeah.
All right, Michelle. So, describe what a sales funnel is. Can you do that, or you want me to do that?
So, a sales funnel basically is you are helping people to become acquainted with your services, products and services, and the ultimate goal is to get them to buy.
Right.
Understanding that not everybody is going to want to buy immediately upon landing on your website. So the concept behind a sales funnel is to kind of help people come to that goal.
Yes, so there's an introduction.
Here, I've landed on your website, but as time goes on, I become acquainted with you.
Form a relationship.
We perhaps
Trust.
Share some things. I share with you that I'm a subject matter expert. I share with you some information, some valuable information that you can use, usually at no cost, and that then results in a little more trust being built, and over time you make a purchase from me. So the reason why I'm doing this with my hands, it's a funnel.
Yeah.
And at different parts, I mean, up here at the top of the funnel, 10 people visit my website, but immediately one person realizes that my services aren't for them. That's fine. They drop off. Funnel gets a little smaller.
Right.
More people read about my services. Oh, they don't need my services. 2 more people drop off. That's okay. Next group use my freebie that I have offered on my website. Of them, 2 more don't find it valuable. Funnel gets smaller. That's fine. You know, on and on it goes. That trust is built, that relationship is built, and ultimately 3 people out of the 10 call me up to have a free consultation and ultimately build a website with me.
Right.
Or build their brand.
They increase your chances of making a sale because it's a very targeted funnel. It targets out people who are really not your target market, but the ones that are, they really want your stuff.
Yes.
So I guess the first thing we have to determine is, you had said we offer something, some valuable information, some important information that they might need that you happen to be an expert at. So what we do on our website is we offer 9 ways to save your business,
right?
And which is really valuable. It's very easy to read and very good content. They get for free, and then they find out, well, I can do these things by myself, but maybe I need to hire a business coach. Now, if so that's a PDF, free to create. All it takes is the brain to create it, and it has to look nice and have good content. That's the main point.
Right.
You could also do a video.
Sure.
Actually, saying the same thing. You could do a video on the 3 steps you need to do before you contact your brand expert. You said on your website you have some check this, check this.
I have a couple. Those are my freebies that I give.
Correct.
I have one on branding, a brand worksheet to help you work through thinking about your brand and how you want to be represented in the world.
Worksheet's a really good idea.
And then I have one on developing a website, your website checklist and what to look for in a web developer.
Yeah. So it could be a checklist. It can be a form to fill out to determine, like how effective is your business running, or how responsive are your viewers to your website, or how to clean the pipes or bring up the plumber, is the
Sure.
three easy way to clean your pipes without calling a plumber. All these things that show your expertise. Okay, so we have this content. It's a video, it's a PDF, it's a worksheet, it's a whatever.
It should be something of value. And it needs to be something that you need to be comfortable with.
Right.
I hear a lot from clients, I know I've got to do video. Well, you know what?
No, you don't have to.
No, you don't have to do video. No. If you're not comfortable on camera, that's going to completely come across.
Oh, and so a worksheet or a checklist or a how-to, easy, inexpensive to create, and not very time-consuming. So that's a really good one to start out with if it's the first time.
Sure.
Okay, so what do we do with this PDF we've got? Or this checklist, or how do we get it out to our people?
Right. So, if you happen to have a mailing list of clients or
this is a good
prospective clients, then you can let those people know that it's available. Come on over to the website to download it. If you don't have that mailing list yet,
you have to create
it. It's a great opportunity to build your mailing list.
Tell us how to do that. So, I know this is a big topic too.
It is a big topic. And it gets into, and everyone's different, but this is my own personal and professional philosophy on social media and having your business world living out on social media versus having things live on your website. I get a lot of people that say, well, I don't need a website, I have a Facebook page. Well, I have Instagram, I have whatever. Well, you know what? You don't have control. They'll say, I have 1,000 followers on Facebook. Well, great. If Facebook changes their rules, guess what?
You're out of luck.
You're out of luck. You don't have control over your list over on Facebook, over on Instagram. You have control within your little domain, right? So your own website. So it's
a great clearinghouse for information.
Absolutely.
It's just, I actually think everybody should have one. I think it's a great tool to have.
Yes.
So,
social is important, and social is a great way to build your list. Right. So you create your PDF, you create your video, whatever it is, you have it on your website, then you go out to social media and you say, hey, I've got this really great thing, come on over to my website and download it.
And you've told me that before. One of your primary concerns is, it's great to be out there, but keep sending them back to your website.
Yes.
Okay, so you've got this great website and you've got this great lead generating tool, the PDF for the checklist. And so how do you create those little forms that are on your website that will give somebody permission for you to use their email?
Well, that you have an email marketing tool like MailChimp, Constant Contact, Aweber are really the big three that people tend to use most often. And each of those tools has a way to integrate with your website. Now, the specific technical way that it integrates with your website is going to be different depending on the platform, whether you're using WordPress or Wix or Squarespace. So the details are different,
but again,
similar.
The customer service people really do help.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They'll help you with that, or your web designer will just work that out for you.
Right.
It's a good argument for having a web designer is you can just make it their problem, let them work it out. But then you integrate your email marketing tool with your website so that when the person comes to your website, they fill in their name and email. In return for that, they get their free PDF or they get access to your free video, and you get their email address, which is great because that gets them in the top of your funnel.
Right.
That gets them into a place where, okay, now you have their email address, so you can email them weekly or monthly or whatever you've decided upon for your content marketing in order to start moving them toward a sale.
Well, and again, this is something that you don't have to dread because it's like, how do I remember to send them an email every week? How do I remember to space these emails every 3 days or once a week or once a month, whatever you decide to do. And again, it's something you can do ahead of time. You schedule the time, right? And create. When they send their email, they immediately get this. And your branding expert, your web designer, and or you know, whether you use Aweber or Constant Contact, they help you through this. But so you send them a welcome email. Hey, thanks for downloading that PDF. Here it is. You know, we hope it helps. And then a few days later, and you can time all this on your email marketing tool.
Yes. So what
3
you're
days
talking
later
about there is automations.
Yeah.
So that's the term for it, and that's where you can create a number of emails, a group of emails, and you can schedule them out to be sent out every day, every 3 days, once a week, and to kind of, it's called a lead nurturing campaign, and you create a campaign to get people acquainted with you,
trust,
get people acquainted with your brand, to build that trust and to ultimately generate the sale.
And generally, it's about 7, 8, maybe more contacts that you have, touch points that you have to make with a client in order to begin to create that. It can take 100, but I think generally people talk about maybe 8 touch points before somebody will. Before somebody will buy that.
Different for every type
every
of business,
category,
right? So for a business coach, depending on the type of coaching that you're doing and the type of clients that you're wanting to work with, that and the price point at which you're offering your services, your funnel might be shorter or longer depending on what you're trying to sell.
Correct. You know, when I was a therapist for many years and so forth, it's not the type of business that would say, oh, she does this, she does depression, you know, eight emails later, oh, now I'm depressed, you know, now I'm gonna go, you know, so now I need to call her, because that being a therapist is something that you just have to remind people regularly that you're there, that you have expertise, that people are happy with your services. And so testimonials is a good thing of customers or clients in some of those emails. It's one of the good things to include. But because something like that is, once you really get a relationship with somebody, then, you know, it could be a year before they say, oh, you know, my brother's really having a hard time in his marriage. Maybe, but they can call Marianne or somebody like that. So that's one that takes a long time of nurturing, and it's a email nurturing tool is a great term for that, because you're really just reminding them you're there, bringing comfort by your presence, having them trust you, and then, you know, and then they can call when they need you. I must have spoken to 2 or 3 people just in the last day about, because of COVID, they've lost a lot of their clients, or they can't do it because of personal masks and things like that, whether massage or acupuncture, hairdresser, you know, a lot of the face-to-face kinds of things. And so I would say, so you do have an email list? No, we don't have an email list. So, well, that's the first thing we're going to start is creating this email list, so you can remind them after COVID's over, I'm an expert in this, I care about you, this is what we're doing for safety, but so you don't lose your clients over a pandemic, you know. So, okay, so they're creating these email things, these email messages, they get the email messages, and now don't get disappointed if they don't buy after 8. I wrote 8 emails, but that nurture campaign, you can just for once a week for as long as you want, just let them know when you got something for sale, let them know when you learned something new, let them learn, you know, whatever over the course of time.
Ultimately, you're going to have one of 2 things happen. Either they're going to continue to find your emails valuable and relevant, and they're going to stay subscribed. Maybe they're going to make a purchase, maybe not. maybe they're going to refer you to somebody else.
Correct.
Who will make a purchase. It's still valuable to continue to send those emails. The other possibility is they unsubscribe, and that's fine. No means next.
And that's an important point too, Michelle, because when you're new in business and you're creating this great website and you're looking all the time, who signed up, how many subscribers do I have? Oh my gosh, my good friend unsubscribed, or that person unsubscribed. You begin to feel passionately, like a personal loss. But the fact is, it's actually good news if somebody decides they don't need your emails anymore. I mean, who needs 100 emails coming from newsletters? You don't. You just want the people who want you.
Right.
And again, like we were talking, Facebook followers, you can have thousands, but if they don't want you, you're just taking up place in their
inbox, and they may not even be reading your content.
Right.
Now, certainly it's important if you drop 100 subscribers in a day, maybe
you posted something offensive.
or maybe you posted something offensive.
Yeah.
So you do always want to make sure that you're creating content that is of value.
Right.
But as long as you know that what you're putting out there is of value and it's definitely resonating with your core target market, you're going to have some attrition over time.
Right.
And that's okay. It just makes room for more people who truly are your target market.
Right.
It's important to have a niche and to really speak to that niche.
Right.
You can't be all things to all people.
That's right. But through those emails, create a specific way that they can buy. Create a link, create an address, create an action. Nobody buys if you just suggest, hey, take a look at my website. It's what do you want them to do? Do you want them to call you? Do you want them to buy now? Do you want them to schedule an appointment? Whatever it is you want them to do, make sure you say that on your website. So, and that's how we create sales funnels. And so, again, can you do it yourself? Yes. Should you do it yourself? Maybe. So it's just like everything. You have to work within your area of expertise.
Yes.
And if you need somebody, give us a call, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you, Michelle. Really
welcome.
appreciate feedback on this. This is a really important tool. It can be complicated, but it can be pretty simple too. So we're just here to bring you a way to do business your way that can help you make more money, but have more free time and spend time doing what you love to do. This is Marianne Clyde.